There is one way that you can increase the income in your business. Would you like to know how to increase your income? Josh here is Canada's top CPA and #1 business consultant in all of Canada. And he is the author of this book, The 100 Myths versus Chainsaw. In fact, Josh, in your book here on myth number 20, you talk about how the entrepreneurs want to grow their business. And there's a secret in this book here where you talk about them thinking that it's a false way of thinking that you'll be done learning. It starts with the learning. And you even have Michael Gerber quoted here saying, people who are exceptionally good in business aren't so because of what they know, but because of their insatiable need to know more. That's Michael Gerber from the E-Myth book that we used to give away as well. So Josh, tell us about this. This is the number one way you feel is to increase income, and that is to learn.
That's right. When you look at it, and you just look at our monetary system as a whole, okay, you have to realize that the value of the work that you do every single day, it actually goes down in proportion to the assets that we want to buy.
Okay.
Okay, so I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're a lawyer or you do siding or painting or you're a chiropractor.
Dentist, yeah.
It doesn't actually matter what you do. When you look at what you can buy for an hour's worth of work, okay, that hour's worth of work buys less and less every single year.
Okay.
It has for
inflation,
50 plus years because of our inflationary monetary.
Right.
So in order for you to maintain your buying power or increase your buying power, you actually have to get better and more efficient at what you do.
Okay.
Okay. So if you come out of school when you're 25, 30 years old and you never learn anything, it actually gets harder and harder. Right? So either if you're not getting better, your only choices are to work more, work longer, or deal with less.
Okay.
Right? Because when it comes to, outside of scaling your business, right? But when it comes down to the time that you actually put on, it's becoming worth less and less. Right? I mean, an example that I've had is I just talked to an electrician today, right? And master electrician's been doing things for years, right? But we know solar panels are coming.
Yeah.
They're going to come on every roof, right?
Yeah.
Right now you might have one solar panel on every 1,000 houses, right?
Yeah.
I think 10 years from now you're gonna have solar panels on 10% of the houses, right? Massive exponential growth that's gonna happen, right?
And if you're an electrician who does not know solar panels, then
you don't know how to do it. I mean, and there's things that are, they didn't teach this. Journeyman electrician, master electrician, they don't teach you, what has to happen when you're securing it to an asphalt shingle. You know what I mean?
Right.
What's going to cause it to leak.
Right.
Right. And your natural inclination is, I'm going to be able to outsource that. It's like that thing's going to be so integral to your business. We're going to have to learn how to do it, right?
Right.
I mean, it was like me when I started out, right? When I became a CPA, no one ever teaches you anything about money or investing.
Right.
I mean, you don't have to know how to build a stock portfolio to be a CPA. It's not on the test at all, right? You don't need to know how to do search engine optimization.
Yeah.
Right? You don't need to know how to write copy for an ad.
Yeah, or crypto or anything like that.
All of these things, they don't teach you. At best, you can hope for that school is going to teach you 10% of what you do every day, right?
Right.
If you want to be at the top level, someone who actually gets paid really well in relation to your peers, you should be hoping for no better than school taught you 10%. Right?
Josh, question though. So dentists, they go back, and doctors, they go back for courses every year and seminars and things like that. And professionals, they usually do that, right? Pilots go for retraining and stuff like that. But what if you're just the entrepreneur that is maybe doing something online digitally? Does that mean you take courses, you go attend seminars? What do you mean by expand your knowledge? Is it reading books? Is it, is it developing a new skill? Maybe, you know about digital marketing and paid traffic and all those kind of things, which is kind of an area that I do in, like social media and stuff like that. But does that mean I need to branch out into other areas and learn other skills?
Closely related.
Okay.
Right? So think of that paid marketer who's good at paid ads, right?
Yeah.
But they didn't know how to do any search engine optimization.
Right.
Right. They know how to write copy, but they don't know anything about graphic design.
Right.
So it's not that you're a marketer and you go learn, how to run a restaurant business, right? It's you want to find complementary skills, ideally that the existing customers that you have, they're going to want to buy too.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
We dealt with a guy who did garage doors, right? And just wanted to install the door. I was like, do you know how many people are actually building man cave
Yeah.
And they're going to want to drywall this and tape it and mud it and put an epoxy flooring on here.
Yeah.
And maybe wire in some stuff so they can bring a TV out into the garage. And it's like, I mean, you just walked away with a $500 project when there was a $15,000 project just sitting there because you didn't know how to do it.
Right. Or if you knew just a tiny bit of electrical, and then you could partner up with an electrical company, and also if you had the drywall skills and everything else, you could convert that place into a man cave and partner with an electrical company to get the electrical all put in for you, right?
That's right. Sometimes you don't need to know the detail on it,
Yeah.
right? You just need to know it at a high enough level that you can sell, you can market it,
You can quote it and you can sell it. Yeah.
and you can hire the people who do know how to do it.
Right, and then you won't get fleeced on it as well too. You won't get cheated on it, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
You're going to have a lot more, right? And so you go back to like, where are they going to learn? Like all of those things that you said are going to work, right?
Right.
Are you reading books?
Mm-hmm.
Are you watching YouTube videos? Are you attending seminars, right?
Right.
Are you studying your competitors,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And seeing what they're doing, right? But you need to be continually learning, right?
Yeah.
Because remember, the skill that you have right now, the amount that you can get, the value that's paying you, although you charge higher and higher prices with inflation,
Yeah.
I guarantee you those dollars are worth less and less,
Yeah.
right? For the example is like the average house, right? The average house, 25 years ago, it was 5 times the average annual income, or the
Yeah.
median annual income. Now, the average house is 25 times, a 5x,
Yeah.
25 times the median income,
Wow.
right? And so if you're not increasing your skill level,
Yeah.
if you're not increasing the scope of your business, I mean, you have to increase the scale exponentially. A lot of people are going to struggle,
Yeah.
increasing the scale, but that's an incredibly hard thing to do.
Yeah.
It's easier to sell more things to the same number of people.
Yeah.
It's much easier to sell more things to the same
Bundling
number of
things
people.
in together, right? Yeah.
That's right. Things that they were going to buy anyways, right?
Yeah.
You have an event rental business, right?
Yeah.
You have an event rental business. It's like, why can't you be a DJ as well?
That's right.
You can offer the DJ services, right?
Yeah.
If you have a venue, why don't you have stuff for them to rent, right?
That's right.
You got to learn about that. You got to learn about decor, and you got to learn where do you buy it, right?
Actually, true story. I've got a client, Josh, right now, and she offers kind of like a rental bartender service and catering service.
Yeah.
So they wasn't doing the catering, just doing the liquor stuff, right?
Yeah.
They had the liquor license and stuff. And then what happened was she partnered, we gave her some advice, and she partnered with the catering company,
Yeah.
and she partnered with the company that also brought all the tents and all those kind of things, and then they did the weddings, but that's the one part that she didn't have was a DJ.
That's
right. And then she partnered up with a DJ, but what happens now is she's really good at selling, so she was able to quote all those things, but she didn't have to be a DJ, she didn't have to have all the equipment for the tents, and she didn't have to have all the food catering. She just brought the liquor license, and she sold the deals. Exponentially brought her sales up.
Huge. And so many of these things, a lot of times you went to school for 2, 4, 7, 10 years to do what you did, right? So many of the things are, you need to invest 100 hours, and you'll know how to do it reasonably well. That you can quote it and build it into your system, even if you have to find partners who can actually help you execute.
Well, what's 100 hours over a year, Josh? Divide that out. Probably
it's 2 hours a week.
2 hours a week, yeah.
It's 2 hours a week, right?
But most people are not willing to put in that 2 hours to study and learn this new skill.
That's right.
Okay.
And so what happens is exponentially, the value of what you do every year goes down and down, right?
So circling back, the number one way to increase your revenue in your business, I'm guessing, the number one way to increase your income is what, Josh? What advice would you give to business owners who are watching this video right now? Okay, I got you. I understand. I got to go learn something. Yeah. What's something that I can quickly go learn, Josh?
You got to never stop learning. Right?
Yep.
Never stop learning. So, you need to learn about the things that your customers, the ones that you're already dealing with, what else are they buying shortly after dealing with you?
Yeah.
Right? What are the other things that they want, right? What are the deficiencies in your product, right? How can you do what you do quicker?
Okay.
Right? How can you do it more efficiently, right?
Yep.
Start there. Even not just selling things, different things. How do you do what you do right now, but you do it more efficiently?
With a checklist.
More efficiently.
Yeah.
And with a higher degree of satisfaction to the customer.
Okay.
Right?
Predictability and maybe repeat customer service even?
That's right.
Yep.
How do you increase the quality of it too, right?
Yeah.
Don't underestimate that, because it's not just about being quicker, right? It's about the customer experience. So how do I increase that level of customer experience? I have to study other competitors, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of times you need to study other businesses altogether. Right?
Yeah.
I always tell people, like, one of the best business trips you can go on is go to Disneyland.
Okay.
Go to Disneyland because the way they treat their customers is different, right?
Yeah.
It starts from the security guard on the way in.
That's
right?
true. Yeah.
Go to another store. Go to a Walmart and watch the security guard on the way in, right? They're either, they're probably just going to look down and try to avoid eye contact because they're trying to do it as least as possible, right?
Right.
The security guards at Disneyland, they're part of the characters, right?
That's right.
And they're trying to make people feel good and happy as they walk through the door.
That's right.
Which is not easy to do given their role, right?
Yeah, their smiles, they've even got all the uniform, they're coming up, they're waving to the kids and stuff. They're waving to the adults too.
That's right. So let's get better at our service, right?
Yep.
Let's deliver our service at a higher value, right?
Yep.
Let's be more efficient at it. Let's cut out the friction between our customers. They have a problem to solve. What are the other things associated with these problems, right?
Okay.
What are the other things that we can offer, right?
Right. Is it easier, Josh, just to maybe even ask your customers sometimes, maybe do a survey with your customers and see what else they would want? Or do you just propose it to them? You got to look around and, like you said about the garage door and the man cave idea, if I'm a restaurant owner, if I'm a dentist, what else can I do? I mean, maybe dentists can partner with an orthodontist or, someone else that does root canals or something. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Most of the times they know.
Yeah.
I mean, a dentist, how many dental clinics now are doing Botox?
Right.
How many dental clinics were doing Botox 20 years ago, right?
Right, okay.
Why aren't you doing Botox?
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you don't want to do it, why haven't you hired a nurse and had them go through the training?
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, most of the times we know what they are. We just think that we shouldn't have to.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay, if you don't have to, have the realistic expectations, the value of what you do every single hour goes down every single year.
Well, we have a client, right, that, two doctors that they have a spa, right? And like you were saying, we advised them to get the massage therapist in there, but then the massage therapist was hard to get. So then you told them, I said, hey, look, let's invest in some real estate. So you have a company property that you can offer housing, which would then attract these massage therapists to their resort area for the spa, right? And that's thinking outside of the box. But they invested as well too. These doctors invested in learning from Josh. By the way, if you really love this kind of advice and you want to know what real entrepreneurs are doing right now in Canada or even in the US, Josh actually puts on a boot camp several times a year, maybe a couple times, 3 times. It's getting less and less now because your time is getting more valuable. But if you'd like to get more details on that, highly recommend. It's a 1-day camp. It's a 1-day intensive on how to look at what's happening in the world right now and how to grow your business, systematize it, to scale it so you can beat the odds. The details are going to be in the description below. Josh, any last pieces of advice for the business owner that needs to grow and scale and learn so that they can make more money?
Start learning.
Yep.
Keep learning or expect less.
You got it. If you like this video, go check out some of the other videos in our playlist over there on the video that's recommended to you next, and we'll see you in the next video.